Hello, I'm Nancy Sutton, Media Studies Instructor at the University of Sioux Falls, and if you are watching this, you have more than likely been given an Audacity assignment to record audio or to edit an audio project. I have made a quick PowerPoint with the highlights so that you can go to this YouTube tutorial and get the instructions for how to download Audacity in a Mac or a Windows computer. Here are some highlights about format. If you are recording in your phone, here are some instructions about recording. Try not to record with your camera because it makes a large video file, and unless you're editing video with another program or have the ability to convert it, you're better off downloading an app, any kind of app that your phone type will take. If you happen to record in an M4A file, all you have to do is just change the name of the file to an MP3, and that will also work. Any other questions, please email me and I will help. Here are some screenshots in case so you don't have to go back and watch this again. How to import, you just file import audio, go find your WAV file or your MP3 file in the computer. Here is what it looks like once you open it, and then the more pieces of audio you import, the more tracks will open up. And then here's some tips on the tools that we use most: the selection tool, the envelope tool, and the move tool, which is called a very strange thing, the time shift tool. Not quite sure why they called it, but they didn't ask me. Okay, and then also here is an Audacity manual. The Audacity instructions are great. It is an incredibly wonderful free tool. So this is clickable in this PowerPoint. I will put that in the LMS as well. And so here we go. Let's open Audacity. Here is the program with a little audio that I've already imported, and I'll import another piece of it. The instructions for importing are way off the screen over here in the Mac I'm recording in. You just have to trust me when I say File, Import, Audio, as it was on that Google slide screen. Then I am maneuvering to, I think you probably can see that, I'm maneuvering to an MP3 file. Something important, in your computer, if you click kind or you click date modified, both of those things will help you greatly in trying to locate what you just put in your computer. In this case, I don't work in this computer normally, so I'm going to just click kind, and I'll go find a WAV file because I know students have put a WAV file or an MP3 file. There we go. There's a bunch of MP3s right there. So I'll go. This is a piece of music, I know, and so I'll open that. Other than that, I always use date modified all the time. You have to add that to a lot of computers. It's very important to know where you just put a file in your computer. So if I want to shorten this music, or I want to, maybe I want to make an edit. I know that this type of music would allow me to make an edit in the middle because that's the way production music is made. So I'm highlighting it and I am using the, sorry, where's the tool? There we go. Here's the tools. Cautionary note. We downloaded Audacity in a computer lab here at the University of Sioux Falls at the beginning of this semester, and these tools floated all over the place and we had to dock them ourselves. Sometimes that happens when you download Audacity. It just means that you just have to grab them and move them around. There, I just moved them. It doesn't matter where they live in this, so sometimes this is not going to look the same. So I have the selection tool selected right here. Then I selected a part, I have control of it, and if I don't want that part of the music, I simply hit delete on my keyboard and it fixed it. And we'll go and listen to what that sounds like. There was the audio edit. That was a terrible audio edit. So I would, if I cared about this, I would edit that much more effectively. Then if I want to drop the volume, you have two ways to do it. Over here, there's a volume control. There's a left-right pan. For stereo, you can pan it left or pan it right. This is the volume control you want right here for the whole track. But if I want to isolate, so I turned it down, but if I want to isolate, let's say I want to make this ending, I'm going to talk over this part. I'll put my voice track right up here, and I'm going to talk over this part of the music. I click once, and it makes what are called keyframes. They're kind of anchor points. It's much like you changing the volume in your car, your radio volume, turning it up and down. So here I'm going to click again, and as you see, now I have a little more control over that part of the music. From here, there's an anchor point that holds it, and then I turned it down, and I'm going to click here at the end, made another set of points, click here at the end again, and now I want it to get louder. So I have softened it, the music, and I have made it loud. So I'm going to hit space bar. It's quiet. It's even quieter. And fade up. Okay, and so since it wasn't quite as loud as I wanted it, I'm going to push it like that and make it a little louder. And then listen one more time. There. You control it, you click up here to move this cursor, the cursor that goes on the timeline. This is called a timeline or tracks. And so when you click up here, that's how that controls it. But you also can click in here. I'm going to go back to the selection tool so I don't make any more anchor points. So there, I did that. That's where I can go and click and talk to any part of this track or communicate with this track. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I know I made a cut in this music. I think that it will respond correctly. No, it moves the whole thing. I will have to make another split. When I deleted the middle part of the music out, it put it back together, and it's right here. I can tell the cut is right there. And so you drag the audio along a track. So if I wanted this piece of music up here, or whatever that is, it's probably a sound or something. If that's my voice, I'm going to move that along in that area, and then I can move here. If I want to split this one more time, and I want to split it, I want it to stay in pieces. If I do it with a selection tool, I highlight right here, hit delete, it puts it back together. I don't want to. Right here, I want to split it completely. I have to go off screen again. It is edit, clip boundaries, and I put that in the instructions in the Google Slides. Clip boundaries, split. And so it split it. It just did it. It split where I told it to, where I had the cursor marked. And so now when I go to the Move tool, now I have separate control of these two pieces of audio. And you may want to do that with your voice, especially if you goofed right here and you want the music to, if this is my voice, it's not, it's music. But if this were my voice, then I could keep them separate and put music on another track and as I did right here, bring the volume up and bring it down. One last thing I forgot to tell you, if you are recording audio, it's right here. As soon as I hit the record audio, see where it went right there. It is recording my voice right now. Then I hit stop, and then that's my voice. If I want to separate that out, there it is right there. I can then go copy the whole thing. So I'm going to use the selection tool. I want to put it up on the track above. I highlight it right there. I'm in a Mac computer lab, so it's Command C. It would be Control C on your Windows. I click up here and I Control V. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Control V. What just happened to me when I made my recording of my voice? I tried to paste it up here. So I copied it with the selection tool and I tried to paste it up here. I got a refusal from it because this is a mono track and this is a stereo track. So if I wanted to add another track, all I have to do, there we go, I made that smaller up there. All I have to do, I've got to go off screen, tracks, add new, stereo, because it's the music, my voice was stereo, then come down here and Command V or Control V, and now I have pasted it. And then I go back and get the Move tool and I can move it into place right there. So that's music. There's a hole, however I want to build this. If I want to create a space, then I can fill it with another track. Sometimes you feel as though you should put everything on one track. Editing is really not about that. You put something up here, you have control of it, you have volume, individual volume control, you have volume control here. So get used to, it's kind of called stair stepping, where you have audio on all of these three tracks, and you can have I found pictures of Audacity where they edited a huge long song with many, many instruments. So you really have some flexibility here to be able to work on lots of tracks at the same time. That's it. I hope you understood that. Again, I think I hit the highlights in the Google Slides doc that I made. Thank you very much, and email me if you have questions.